earlier story about the minority in Parliament accusing the President of violating the Civil Service Amendment Act with the creation of new ministries. My colleague Nana Kwekwadua is standing by to speak to a legal practitioner, Nana A.J. Bafo, on the legal ramifications of this. Nana, if you can hear me, take it over.
So we're live on TV3 this evening, and like Pakwesi just read to you, the Member of Parliament for Keita, Richard Kwashiga, is alleging the President violated the Civil Service Amendment Act 2001 by creating new ministerial portfolio. Now he says the action was taken without an executive instrument as required by Section 3 of the Act. We have here with me lawyer A.J. Bafo to respond to it. Lawyer, welcome.
Thank you, brother.
Now tell us, has the President erred in any way by creating this new ministerial portfolios?
I think as to whether or not he has erred, we need to advert our minds to the law regarding the President's power to appoint ministers and ask ourselves whether the law spells out any procedure by which the President will exercise that power. Indeed, when you look at Article 78 of the Constitution, it is without doubt that the President has such a power. And so, without any argument, that power is available to him. The question we may then ask is whether or not any law spells out the procedure by which he will exercise such a power. Indeed, it's true that the Civil Service Amendment Act says that the President would establish new ministries or align existing ones, by way of an executive instrument. But it goes on to say that subject to the Constitution. So clearly, it looks as though it is just the procedure by which the President will create new ministries and or align existing ones. And so, if it's the requirement of statute, then it's the requirement of statute. The question then is, did the President establish the new ministries, by way of an executive instrument, or align existing ones by way of an executive instrument? If the answer is no, then clearly the President may have flouted that. Now, whenever there is a breach of a statute, the question that arises is, what is the effect of such a breach? Does it annul or invalidate whatever the President may have done? In my perspective, in my humble opinion, the statute does not say the effect of such breach. The statute does not say it. And so, what then will be the interpretation of it? My humble view is that, to the extent that it's just the procedure, it can easily be remedied or regularized. It's just a mere irregularity. Okay. If the President sends an EI or executive instrument to Parliament now to regularize it, or if the President by executive instrument, regularizes what appears to be irregular, I don't think it is going to destroy anything. I don't think it is going to be in breach of any law. Okay, and so it is not a matter, from my perspective, we should be dragging too much. Okay, it is important for us to, from time to time, draw our attention to the fact that one law or the other has been breached, because we are a nation of laws and, a cardinal principle.
Clearly, you don't agree it has been breached or it's illegal for that. No, is it breached?
I don't think, it destroys what the President has done. It can easily be regularized. I think it is just a mere irregularity that can be regularized, especially since the statute does not lay bare the effect or the consequence of such a breach. If the statute has spelled out that failure to do so would amount to a nullity of whatever step the president has taken, then that would have been different. The statute doesn't say so. What it says is that you ought to do it by this procedure. He has failed to do that. It's a mere irregularity.
It has to be corrected. It can't just be corrected. Okay. Lawyer, thank you for speaking to us. So clearly, Lawyer Jay thinks that it should be regularized instead of probably any issue coming out of it. So, Pakwesi, back to you in the studios.
Thank you very much, my colleague Nana Kukudia, for that update. He was speaking to Lawyer Nana A.J. Bafo, who's a legal practitioner, on the call by the minority in Parliament that the President has indeed violated the Civil Service Amendment Act with the creation of new ministries. Nadli?